We'll call the meeting to order. Monuments and Ceremonies, October, how is it October? October meeting. So let's see who we have. Sorry.
You're fine.
No, don't worry. Present we have our illustrious Vice Chair, Jim DeMark.
Feel illustrious? You look illustrious.
I don't think so.
No? And we have,
It's nice and warm.
it is, I was
I
afraid
guess
it'd
the
be a little
sun.
chilly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it warms it up. Nancy Natali, Isabel Negron, Terry Wood. I'm just giving us the rundown of everybody. And Susan Shannon, Autumn Howard, and JP Perlman is on the phone. On
Oh,
the
so we have a
line.
full house.
Hi, JP. How about Rob Hewlett?
I didn't hear from Rob yet. So we have a quorum, so let's have a meeting.
Let's do
This is
so-
a very nice pen. Keep your eye on me because I have a habit of walking off. It's not intentionally.
No,
I
it's
just
all
do
right.
it at work.
It's
People
okay.
just said it. Whenever people are losing their pens, they come looking for me because they know I've probably
Nancy.
walked off with it.
All right, so let's, Terry, I know you had sent me a couple of corrections, which I
They were strictly
totally
spelling.
forgot.
Oh, I
to,
spelled
to
something
make.
wrong? How could you?
I'm
your
just a
stolen
stickler
pen?
for spelling.
No, I usually am too. What did you find?
Krista McNamara is C-H-R.
Oh, and I have it
It's
with a
you
K.
know, but it's still,
Okay.
no, you have it C-R.
Oh, it's,
It's C-H.
oh, there's an H in it, okay. Okay.
And what was the other one was?
I can't remember what you had.
Oh, Nielsen's is N-I-E.
What do I have?
N-E-I.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's probably really picking it.
No.
But I picked it
I
on
feel
spelling.
picked on, Terry. I really feel picked on.
Sometimes spell check. You know, you
Yeah,
spell
but
it
Nielsen's and
properly.
Krista, the
Nielsen, yeah.
names, they wouldn't be
Well,
unspelled
I was
check,
trying
you
to
know.
give, I was
Yeah.
trying to give you a help.
Oh, but you were being nice. See, she's being nice. I like it.
Do we have a motion, once everyone's had a chance to review, a motion to accept the minutes from the September meeting?
Motion to accept?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, excellent. Terrific.
Oh, sorry, there's one more that I
Oh.
just caught. This is more substantive. I mean, not that the others aren't substantive. Dan Brown, it's the Darien Community Band.
Oh, it is?
Dan Brown is the current president, but
Oh,
it's
the-
the Darien
oh, the
Community
Darien
Band.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, yes, okay.
Well, that's a big one. That's
That's a big one,
Yeah,
That's a good one,
That's
okay.
correct, right. Sorry I didn't catch that yesterday.
That's okay. Send me a text next time so I can correct it before we come in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Well, next up, believe it or not, it seemed ages away last meeting, but Veterans Day is right around the corner.
Can you believe it?
So-
Oh, my God.
I brought along the, Nancy was kind enough to rework our timeline, just so that it's easy to read and look at. So there's some opportunities for people if they'd like to help out with small tasks here and there. I will send the information to the local officials and fire departments and police chiefs. Is there someone that wouldn't mind stopping in at the Department of Public Works? There shouldn't be a problem since it's the middle of the day with us using the flag, but just to kind of run that by them. And sometimes they have a different flag that they want us to use.
Where is this place?
Department of Public Works here, just down the
Oh,
hallway. And the other thing we could talk to them about is, I know the first selectman had talked to me about the potential for the town having a sound system that we could use here, which would be great, but it just needs a little bit of working the contacts here in town. So I'm not sure if anyone knows anyone in Public
Well,
Works.
they had reached out, I know they had reached out to the one we used for 4th of July. to get
Is that the
source
same
of
one we
that.
used at 911?
No.
No,
Okay.
that was the school system.
Yeah,
Was
that's
that
not
the
that.
Weyburn had lent, right?
Yeah, they lent lent us that, and it's a great system. And I know John Zagrodzky had reached out to me to get the contact info for them at Weburn to find out which system they used and cost and things like that. I don't know where it went after that.
Okay, I don't either.
Easy
So
enough to follow up.
What you're asking is if
So
we
Department
can
of
use
Public
the
Works.
flag?
This flag that's
All
hanging
right.
on the flagpole right out here. In the past, I think last year we're off 2 days. Last year it was on a Saturday. So there was no flag out here because they
Oh,
take it in.
okay.
This year it's on a Monday, so there shouldn't be any problem, but I just didn't know if someone here would mind
I'll
walking
do it.
into
We'll
Public
just do it.
Works.
Just-
Just to
just-
say,
I think when we've done it
So-
previously on days that they have the flag out there, they bring it in the evening and they just set it out
yeah.
for us to pick up. I feel
So
like that's what happened.
Veterans Day, so I'm just trying to
In the
put it all
past,
together. But now I'm thinking through it. Veterans Day ceremony takes place at 11 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
10:30 we get started. So I think the flag should be there.
Pretty safe.
It shouldn't be a problem, but I just wanted
All right,
to
okay.
walk through it with them.
All right.
And the other question for them is, has there been any progress on
Sounds-
getting a sound system
Okay.
that we could use?
And that's
But
for
that
the-
wouldn't be Public Works at this point. Why don't I'm sending John and Linda an email to find out where they landed on that.
Okay,
Because
terrific.
they might have that's who reached out to me on this.
Right.
Okay, so
I
then,
can close that loop and then send you whatever they respond.
That'd be
Okay.
To
terrific.
both you and Jim, maybe.
all right.
Okay,
Okay.
terrific.
So I don't have to deal with that, right?
Well, maybe the
Probably
next
not.
step.
All right,
But I'll
okay.
get the information on where they
All right.
are on researching the details.
Because the last, so it was Flag Day, now that it's all coming back to me. I did speak with Tony, last name I can't remember, in Public Works. And they do have a sound system here, but it's attached, basically. It's the one that's in the auditorium, which we did end up using because we moved the ceremony inside. But
Okay.
they didn't have, at that point,
Oh, for
last
Veterans Day,
June, they
right.
didn't have anything that was portable to go outside, so.
But Veterans Day, because it's I think we felt the last couple of Veterans Days, we didn't need a sound system.
Oh, I was told a couple of different times and
Okay.
ways that
All right.
they
Really? It
couldn't
didn't
hear
seem like
me. The
anybody could-
people
really?
that were around the circle over there couldn't hear me.
They couldn't hear.
Yeah,
speaking.
so
Oh.
they need to come, maybe redirect.
And we
them.
tried to
Yeah.
encourage people to come closer,
Right.
and maybe you can hear me.
We don't
But
hurt.
that's okay.
We won't hurt you.
Do we have would that be in the budget? They'd have to increase the budget, right, to do that?
It could be, that's why when I was interviewed for, re-interviewed for my
Uh-huh.
staying on the commission, which I tried to get fired, but they wouldn't fire me.
Because we all rave about you.
Darn it all. I brought that up, and John mentioned that that's probably something the town should have,
Okay.
just in general. that
Because
we
other
could all-
committees can use it too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's, you
When they
know.
do stuff at the beach or
Yes.
Exactly.
up at the
Exactly.
field, they had that
Yeah.
movie. Anyway.
Even when we did the street sign program, we might have been able to use it down there. It's
Yeah,
affordable
yeah.
enough.
You know, does Park and Recs have anything
I
like
was just
that?
gonna say, what did they do when they did that movie? Friday night, they had a movie.
Oh, they must have some kind of
I
system.
think the last time I asked about that, and this probably goes back a couple of years, that's something they rented because it was a big, the screen and
yes.
everything, and it kind of all comes in a
That kind of
package.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
I wonder if Jim Cameron, Channel 79, if they have some kind of a portable thing.
I also asked him, and they don't, what did he tell me? This was for Memorial Day, and what he said is the things that they have are more recording, receiving, so that they record it so that it can later be
Oh, okay, so it's not-
They don't
okay.
have the projecting
Yeah,
stuff.
okay.
That was my understanding. I could be wrong. Maybe Jim can correct me if he sees this.
That's a lot.
Who runs the Department of Public Works? Is anybody?
Yes.
There's an Anthony, and I don't know his last name, but there's also a...
Gentile.
Yes.
and
Is he
then-
still there?
He is still there,
Yeah.
because I heard a rumor that he wasn't there anymore.
Ed Gentile.
Oh, yes, okay, all
And
right.
then there's a person named Tony, who's newer in the department.
Okay,
His
but
name
Gentile is the one
is-
that runs, it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right, got it.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So that's sound
And
invitations.
he's Gentile, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, the bugler, it says to ask the band, the DHS band, but since they'll be in school, I was gonna ask, oh my gosh, Brandon Holbrook, to
Yes.
see if maybe he could be available that day. And then we need to order the carnations and the laurel and a sprig of rosemary, which
Well, I can
sounds like
donate
you
that.
could donate the sprig of rosemary.
Yes, I can.
So is there, Isabel, would you mind going back to Nielsen's and seeing
Absolutely,
if
we
they
can
could
go.
provide
We just
going
need one
Wednesday.
red, one white, and one blue,
one
right?
blue, and then
How many?
Just one of each.
just one of
like
each,
that.
and then a laurel wreath. And
Do
I
they
think
do the
they've
laurel
done-
wreaths
they've
there?
done, they could, I think Springdale did it last year, but, and that I think was, they just took one of the wreath forms and put laurel leaves on
Oh,
it.
like a
Something
styrofoam
pretty-
thing? Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
simple,
And a rosemary sprig.
and a
which I can
rosemary
bring.
sprig. And then on
We
the,
can take care of that.
and an evergreen branch, that's the other
Oh,
thing to
well,
bring.
God knows I have enough of those coming
Got
down.
plenty of them, right?
I've got this 200-foot tall pine tree that's forever shedding those things. And it's a little, on the evergreen, it's just a little branch, right?
Yeah, it says a 14 to 18 inch evergreen branch. So it's same idea as, there's a stone out there as the 9/11 where people, we kind of pass that out and to different people that are in the crowd, and then they lay it on the veterans stone that's out here in the circle. Let's see, then there's, I've sent the email to the VFW to make sure that they're able to have some people here to be the honor guard to raise the flag and lower it.
You know that Scott is not there anymore.
I didn't know that, no.
I was told he wasn't there, and that I was talking to John Vesey when we did the polling in August, and he said that he has volunteered to go over the books and stuff
Okay.
and try to straighten things out over there, and I think Scott has moved on.
Okay,
So,
can you send me, who did you say?
John Vesey,
Can
yeah,
you
he
send
used to
me
be
his-
the downstairs, the voting, what do you call it?
Registrar.
Registrar.
Thank you, Register of Voters,
If you
yeah.
have his email, could you send
I
it to
do,
me?
I do.
Because I've sent it to 4 or 5 different people, but don't always get replies because people move on or maybe don't check that email address that I have. Or
He's got some really good ideas for the VFW.
Good.
Which I think is terrific,
Excellent.
you know?
He'd be good to do it.
He
too.
will be great.
Yeah.
Now, does anyone
Do you want me to start sending out PRs too?
If you, yes. If you have
I'll
one
send
from
them out
last
at the end
year.
of October.
Yes, I think the date we had on it was like the 4th of November, but yeah, right, end of October, beginning of November to start sending that out. And the program is sort of a loose collection of bits and pieces of poetry and things like that. So if anyone has or wanted to take on looking up a piece of poetry or something about Veterans Day.
Didn't you do that last year, Autumn?
We talked.
Somebody did. Somebody brought something in. I thought it was you, Autumn. Maybe I'm wrong. Take the
I don't
credit.
think so. But I mean, I know, I was thinking, what I don't think so, though.
Okay.
I think I was trying to spearhead this is, that Darien sits on the side of a particular Indian or Native American.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Oh,
it's-
that's what it was,
It's been
yeah.
really tough to kind of pin it down
Yeah.
and pin down any sort of organized group that would give us any sort of information or, I
It's too
don't
bad we
know.
couldn't ask the kids to do some kind of a contest who comes up with the best.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
But I don't think we have enough time to really push that to the
Oh,
schools
next
and
year.
stuff. So
It's a great
maybe
idea
next
for
year.
next year.
Yeah. maybe.
Because
It's for next year.
Yeah, exactly. It's, it's getting the kids involved. And, there's a lot of really good writers at high school, I'm sure, and if they could write a little
Honestly, they
something.
were probably better at researching the tribes than I was. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like I devoted time and like really tried, and I was like, God, this is really hard. And then I bet they'd be like, it's right here, it's right here.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Which is generally what my kids do to me. So,
All right. Well,
So
I was
we
thinking
need
of-
somebody to do that, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can also look, I just didn't know if maybe someone had a thought of a piece they've read recently, or.
Is there any particular tribe we were looking at?
there is, I've got it in my phone. It starts with an S. No. So Siwanoy.
Oh, Siwanoy.
Oh, Siwanoy.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Is it Siwanoy? Siwanoy?
It's of the, it's of the.
Siwanow?
O-Y.
O-Y.
Of the Wappinger tribe, and they speak the Algonquin language. So, I mean, there is some information out there, but as an organization, there's just not a lot of things I was finding to contact, and I don't know.
Ken Reese would also know. The Darien, he wrote the book, history book on Darien,
His name is Ken Reese.
Reiss, and I don't believe I have his contact info. Although I might, I'll check. He's deeply knowledgeable about all aspects of history, not
And
just.
his first name is Dan?
Ken.
Ken, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Ken, R-E-I-S-S.
R-E-I-S-S, yeah.
Okay.
And he wrote that history book of Darien with a map.
Oh,
It's a red.
excellent. I bet he would absolutely know.
Yes,
I bet he would.
yeah. And the Darien Museum would have his contact
Oh,
info.
sure,
Okay.
yes.
Because
Mhm.
he works a lot with them on projects.
Okay.
So you're going to get in touch with that and try to find some poetry?
Sure.
Tribes always have good stuff.
Let me see. Yeah.
And then we're going to do the thing with the reading.
Yeah,
Each
so we'll
person
have,
reads a line and then the
readings.
president's speech and all that stuff, yeah.
I'll ask the.
Isn't that what we did last year?
selectmen
Veterans Day,
to-
don't we do the president's speech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll pull that, the presidential proclamation, and give that to the first selectman, and he can read excerpts from that. And then there's also a history of Armistice Day, which we'll read. Maybe have people from the commission read that. And then there's 5 readers, and I have that on my computer, that one for each color of carnation, one for the rosemary, one for the laurel. Actually, maybe there's 6, because then there's the pine as well.
What do you think of having, your son is a senior in high school, right?
He is, yeah.
What do you think of having children do that?
I think it's great, except that they're in class.
Oh, okay.
They don't get Veterans Day off?
Not anymore.
I thought they did.
No, they used
Okay.
to. It's been a few years.
So now, that's been a few years since I've had
Okay.
kids in
We'd be happy
school.
to have you suggest that so we could get out of school.
I mean, they might be able to get it like as a study hall type thing. It was like a study hall
No,
type
he'd have
thing.
to find 4 friends, right, to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think?
I could ask
Special
him.
permission.
You know?
Yeah.
You know what? I think to get kids more involved.
I agree.
True.
I agree.
I think
Yep.
that's a
Yeah.
very good idea.
How about the scouts? You can also
Yes.
do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the scouts could also, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That would be probably part of a badge for community
Well,
service.
service.
Plus, if they're in
Absolutely.
school, they want to do something for Veterans Day if they're in school. I think that's the reason behind it, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
this.
So
Yes.
this would fit right into their curriculum,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do most of the Veterans Day, like I remember in Oxridge, they bring their grandfathers in that were in the service, and they get up in front of the class. and-
Yes,
Still do
my
that.
nephew went
Elementary
and spoke in
schools.
Dustin's
I remember
class.
someone
Your
arrived
daughter
in
was
doing
probably in that class.
But they don't do
Very
that in high school.
beautiful couple.
Desert Storm, and he went in and he spoke to the group.
Other sort of program
Okay,
there.
all right.
They do, and they have
Yeah.
a program at the middle school as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is, they have, in the past, they've had 3 or 4 parents or relatives come in and sort of speak about their experience. But never been to the high school one.
You know, and I'm gonna make this
I don't think
quick,
that was a
right?
high school one. I think the kids were
The
younger
only
when we
reason why
did
I'm
that.
bringing this
Yeah.
up, okay, is I was talking to John Sinney, who has 3 sons in Clemson. They're all engineering, and one of them graduated, and I think the other 2 are, one's a senior and one's a freshman. And I have 2 granddaughters, one at Wake Forest and one at the University of Virginia. And all these kids are telling, well, my 2 granddaughters have told me, it is unbelievable how Darien High School has set them up for college.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And Cindy's son's in the engineering school as well.
Yeah.
I guess the only reason why I'm saying this about, you know, your son and maybe his friends is that, I don't know, is there any way we could get kids involved in this thing? In the Monuments and Ceremonies Commission? Or is it not realistic because they're in school and, you know,
I think with all the after-school clubs and stuff, it might be a tough call.
Yeah, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
But it is just once a
It
month.
would be nice.
It's only half an hour.
Well, we
Yeah.
have, to Jim's point, and I think it's a really good point, because it teaches them early on the power of the history of our
Exactly.
country.
Mm, yep.
And things to be proud of. We do have a number of youth involved in the Declaration Day ceremony.
Mm.
But I think to get them even more involved in other monuments and ceremonies events is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And the high school would be perfect because they can just drive over here,
Yes.
do what they have to do, and then
Yeah.
drive back, or not.
Listen, I'm not trying to
if they
make
don't
more
want
work
to.
for you.
No, but I think it's a
Perfect.
valid point.
But even with the Independence Day, they're there, they show up and they do that. But what if they were here in the planning?
Yes,
So they have a say,
Right.
yes.
and then they see how it all works.
Right.
Rather than just show up, do your part,
Right,
and go
the
home.
production side
Yeah,
of it.
you know.
Yeah.
It's just you know.
I like it. That sounds.
you know.
I do too.
So maybe May and June,
What I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah, that's
Do we have enough time
that's
to
a
get that
problem,
rolling?
you know?
Brilliant.
So here's what is going through my brain is,
Yeah.
because I just did it, is, so our membership is balanced by party.
Mhm.
And we have to have, you know, we have a limited number of seats. And then, you know, to have a meeting, and voting meeting, we have to have a quorum. So
Yeah.
I don't know how all those, that's just what's in my brain. How
But
do
what
all
if they were
those rules
just sitting,
apply?
watching?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they-
we would ask them for their input. Like,
Could they
they
be-
wouldn't be part of the commission,
Yeah.
but they would be like the junior,
Associate.
Right.
like, you know how the
Yeah.
lady who's usually
Like when
here
Diane
just-
Conalog was here.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly.
So they're,
Yeah.
Auditing the meeting.
they're auditing and learning.
That sounds great.
And if they get credit for it,
I think the
scouting or
Youth
Girl
Commission
Scouts or.
has something like this, I'm not sure, right? Where
There's
they have
gotta be,
kids
right, to have
What is it,
people
sorry?
involved.
In the Youth Commission?
Oh, yes, yeah. Yes, yeah.
All right, well, let me do some research and find out about that. But I will ask my son, and maybe you can ask your
Okay, I will,
grandson to see.
I will, I will.
Or grandson.
Actually,
see if they
one
can-
grandson is at the high school, the other one is up at St. Luke's, but the one in the high school, I would ask, right, I will ask, and he will perform.
Gotta get out of school.
Just because.
Get him to sing too. All right, well, I think we're under, you know, on a good trajectory with the Veterans Day. Any other thoughts or questions about that?
What are those things,
Oh.
what are those things called that we want them to 5? The,
Let's see, how would we say it? Read selections of poetry and the history of Armistice Day.
okay, but there was like.
Yeah, it says 5 readers to read and place flowers.
Okay,
And I
all
don't
right.
have it right in front of me.
No, no, that's
All that.
okay. So we would hand them
Participate in
something
the
to
program.
do, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
they won't have to.
Hand them
make
what-
anything.
All right.
whatever they say,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
All right, okay, got it. Because he'll,
May I
Yeah.
shoot.
interject on the sound system? God bless Linda O'Leary. Just checked with Park and Recs because John said Jen Fava, Director of Parks and Rec, was aware of what we were purchased. I'm not sure what Parks and Rec bought. it was the same sound system, but they did buy a new portable sound system. When Cassie gets back to the office, we can tell you what they bought.
Cool, so that's exciting. Awesome.
So will they share?
Progress.
Yeah,
Well, they should, yeah.
yeah, I think the assumption that was,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
so
I
yeah,
like
so-
having things that have multi-uses and different
Yes.
groups can use them. It saves money all the way around.
Correct.
For
And
sure.
it keeps everybody in touch with what everybody else is doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, well said.
Right. So I'm hoping that all of you, or many of you, will be able to attend on the 11th.
Yes.
You're here at about 10:30. Yeah, you got an excuse, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Gee. Okay.
Darn, I could get it now.
So to the cemetery committee, when I was in with the selectmen, they
Right.
said, oh yeah, so how many cemeteries do we have? And, what's the status of all of them? And I said, off the
Okay.
top of my head,
I'll get it.
I can't give you
I talked to the guy that owns the company that does the landscaping.
oh, okay.
And I told him that I wanted a budget from him, which is what you guys are asking for here, right?
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
He said he'd have it to me by the end of the week, and there's one other thing. There's, on Hanson Road, there's a cemetery that we're kind of overseeing, but Weburn takes care of. So it doesn't cost us anything, all right?
But could we get like the whole
Yeah, yeah,
catalog of
yeah,
all of that?
yes.
Like that one says,
Yes,
the
yes, I will.
Weaver takes care of that
Yep.
one. And
That's where
Okay,
Thaddeus Bell is buried.
I'm sorry?
That's where Thaddeus Bell is buried.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
There's another one that, listen, JP, this is for you, because at some point in the very near future, I'm handing this all to you. Because you want to get involved in it, so you're going to be involved in it right up to your ankles. All right, so,
To your ears.
so there's right across the street from where we bought the Ox Ridge property, Highland Farms. There's a cemetery there
Yeah.
Right near them, yes.
that has been taken care of by a caretaker of the house next to the cemetery.
Oh, with the
The
countdown
Coleman House.
sign.
And that guy is gone, and nobody has been looking after it, so I said to Mario, he's got to start looking after that. So we're going to be adding another
Yep.
cemetery, all right,
So
just,
this
you
is-
know?
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay,
So that's why
okay.
this isn't to check on your work. This
No,
is to
it's okay,
make
information, I got it.
put it all in one place, because I think people will be shocked at how much has been done with
Okay,
such a little amount of money and
All right.
so few people.
okay.
Can you send that information to me too? I'll put it in the
Yeah,
minutes.
absolutely,
I'll
I
include
will.
it with the minutes so we have a
Yeah.
record
I
of it
will.
that way.
Yes,
And then that way we could also potentially say, here's what
okay.
here's why we're asking and here's what we think we need.
And if Rob were on this call, we have always asked for more than they give us.
Right.
We've asked for like 15,000, they always give us 10. Then we have to play games with the end of the year and then start of the next year?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yep. And we used money from.
Exactly.
And we got chastised most severely by the town because we went over or near $20,000. And once you hit $20,000, then that whatever work is being done for that amount of money has to be put out to bid.
Okay, all
So
right.
we have to be careful with that as well.
Okay, okay.
We're only doing we're doing our best here, people, and we're trying to do
Yeah.
all we can to do a good thing, but
I got it.
then we kind of, by trying to put it together, then we get ourselves into
All
hot
right.
water.
I
So
don't-
I want to just get it all out on the
Okay,
table.
good. I didn't realize that, okay, but thank you for
Yeah,
letting
good
me
to
know
know.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. And then once they realize we're not doing anything bad, they're like, oh, okay, but next time.
Okay, got it.
So, all right, thank you. Let's see, Veterans Street Sign Program. Are we-
I tried to reach out for Veterans Day
Yeah.
for this family, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Called the number, I know there's no answering machine, sent the email, called different times, no response.
Oh, no.
So I was like, I'll put a.
That particular couple, they're in cruise.
Oh, okay.
And besides, they do not have computers,
Yeah.
they do not have TV.
Oh, okay.
So,
So I think I'll
Has to
mail
be
them something,
mailed.
what, put
maybe mail
Memorial Day then, because I don't think I can order this.
Okay, yeah,
So Memorial Day, does that sound?
sure. Do you have, I don't know, what is it, it's beginning of October. Do you have a different one that you could tee up for Veterans Day, or do we need to wait?
Do we have enough time for a sign?
I don't know, how long did it take?
I don't know.
The last-
I'll look at that. Yeah, I do have other people, so.
Okay,
Yeah, I should have thought of that before.
What kind of a sign do you need?
just the
Oh, a
street,
street sign.
just the street sign.
They have a
Oh,
street
oh,
sign.
oh, okay.
I think the turnaround's pretty fast, so I can,
Oh, I remembered it was quick,
yeah.
but,
So, I will.
I don't
But
wanna
it's funny
do
because
it,
I
you
called
know.
different times of the day, called from actually school thinking, well, it's a Darien number, like thinking, you know how like with all the calls
Sure.
that you get.
Right.
I never
And
answered
then there
my
was an
other
email,
number.
so I shot off a couple emails, but no response. Okay. So that makes, okay.
I said, how do you know the news? Radio. Oh.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So, but do they
cool.
have it, do they have a telephone?
I
They
believe
don't
so.
answer it, I guess.
Yeah, they have a phone, but it says no answer machine.
Oh.
It's been in the family for 40-something years, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, I called like, 8 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
11
interesting.
o'clock, 12, from different numbers, thinking, well, maybe someone.
I know they're in a cruise, so they must be, I don't know when they're coming back.
Oh, okay.
I'll see them next week.
Well, if you can get it put together.
Yeah,
Or
I'll-
if they can produce the sign quickly enough.
Yes, yeah, I'll reach out
Then
to
we can
the,
reach out to
yeah,
the other
I'll
one,
get the
but if
next
not,
person
then,
and.
well, yeah, we'll just
Okay,
wait till
perfect,
Memorial
yeah.
Day.
I'll-
And if you see them next
Yeah, I'll
week,
see
can
them
you
next week.
tell them?
I
Stay
always
around
see
for
them at the-
Memorial
at the-
Day. They better be around Sunday Memorial Day, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll be
All right.
next, right? I mean,
Okay, so the display case, Nancy,
Oh,
looks
okay,
like Viggie's getting ready to,
Yeah, Viggy, I believe it is, yeah. Oh, no, Becky Sullivan, sorry. No, wait, sorry. It is Viggy. She's doing the DAR, Good Wives River. So she's going to be in there in the middle of October. Krista, see, I have it spelled with a CH on my notes. Is that funny? Anyway, Krista told me that if she doesn't want to use it right away, that they'll put something else in there. So I told her I'd find out, but she's going to put it in between, she's going to use it from October 10th to November 10th.
okay,
And that will encompass that First Responders Day, which is actually October 28th, so,
terrific.
you know,
Okay.
she's doing it that way. And then Wreaths Across America will be in December.
And who's putting that?
Karen Pollitt,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay,
And then, so Krista can have it for January and February,
okay,
so I will let her know that.
excellent.
I'm going to bring something up, and this is, again, unfortunately, it always comes back to you. Does it make any sense? The town does a newsletter
Yes.
every month, I guess?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2
Weeks, yeah.
Is that
Is
something?
that general distribution, or is it just for internal?
No,
No,
I get
general
a
to
copy of
everybody.
it, you know?
You can
But-
sign up for
Yeah.
I'm going to sign up for
Marley
it.
Hayes.
And
and-
I,
Marley.
and I know you're a very good writer. Is this something that we should be giving them to share with
They
the rest of
do.
the community?
They
I do, when I send the PRs. Because I send it to
Yeah.
I send it to all these people.
okay.
And Marley is on it.
Yeah.
And it's in there, everything.
Yeah.
Or do you mean, Jim, like a little note that says be on the lookout in the display case for
Yes.
the DAR's first responder display? Just like
A blurb,
a blurb.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
each time we have something in the display case, or maybe the cemetery committee could
Yeah.
say,
Because a lot of people probably don't even know that display case is there.
could be,
no.
could be.
That would be a good part of like, if they ever did it for youth, like a scavenger around town.
What's in the
Find,
display case?
you know, see, what's, like, like a checkup, what's in the display?
You're so good.
Good.
Any Girl
Like that.
Scout or Boy Scout.
So you
Cub Scouts
you
need
send
a
all
little
this stuff
fun
out.
activity,
Yeah,
right?
I send the PRs. Don't I CC you on them? I thought I CC'd you on them.
I'm sorry, you probably do, and I
We
just.
just always, the
I don't-
sign.
I'm not, I don't know, right?
Okay.
But that means that for all the events that we have, you send,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've been, the last couple events, I've really been sending that stuff out.
I've seen stuff you've done for the newspaper too, right?
Right, yes. The paper
Which is great.
and, all the,
Darien patch and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a list of everybody that gets them.
Until not too
For
recently.
each event.
You can have that,
She
because
sent
I've
out
got,
a
oh, wait a
press
minute, did I give you the
release.
wrong thing? Hold on. I
Alright,
have 2 copies, you may keep
That's
that.
the
Boy, that's
display
that's
case.
good for you, that's
We have
amazing.
good
Truly.
response from
Yeah,
everybody,
we
most of
did,
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nancy's done a great job at
And the Tories.
getting the word out.
Communicating,
Hijacked
you
our
know,
minister.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Too bad
a
I can't
first.
spell. I did that at work today too. We had
Some
2 new
days you
employees.
can.
I spelled one of the names wrong. I'm like, I've kind of done all the things that I set up for training. How do I
Some
get this
days you
wrong?
spell it better than others.
Yeah.
All right, we have two more things to get through. Wreaths Across America. So I know that's a sore subject, but I did look it up. If you pull up the minutes in your email, that's actually a link. There's a website that's been put together. It's on the Wreaths Across America main site, and then if you click on this, it takes you to the Spring Grove site.
Right.
I think they're up to 538 of the 2,000 wreaths so far.
Really good.
So,
Let me just say this here, right? Now, this is a very positive thing. Part of the problem that happens every year with this is they're always short. There's 2,100 graves there, and they never cover all the graves. And they haven't done that since John King and I did that, and I'm not gonna go back through the history, but
right.
that's the reality of it is. The reality of it is they do not raise enough money to cover all the graves. Now, I don't know if in your announcement, this is something that it's almost like you gotta push every month.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's a big sign up in the cemetery.
Is there really?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think if
Requesting
Karen
the library, a
is
big
putting
sign
a
for the
display in
donation.
the display case,
Right.
what I think, I don't know if you want to do this or you want me, or I can do it, contact her and see what they're doing this year.
Karen
Pollitt.
Pollitt.
yeah.
So they
Her email should
they
be on
may
here, I
have,
believe.
See, the Pollitts are the
Re-engaged.
people that brought this
right,
Wreaths Across America into Darien.
correct.
I will contact her.
To see, so I
find-
think so I looked at it, I don't think that there's a way to wrestle it away
Oh, no,
from
no,
John
no.
Carter.
No, there isn't.
So I think that part's done, but
Okay.
water under the bridge,
Right.
maybe there are ways that we can we can help, volunteer. If Karen, I don't know if Karen's gonna put together
See,
outreach.
they
or-
need visibility. That's what this is. I
Yeah,
mean,
she mentioned that to me at one of the meetings,
you know,
one of the events
we
had.
called, I'm talking about, we called hundreds of people
Right.
and asked
Maybe
them
there's a way
personally.
to get our youth involved.
But you see, I'm sorry, because of the history of this thing, I'm not going there. I mean, I'm not, I guess what I'm trying to say
I'm
is.
saying take you out of it. I'd like to hear what Karen's plan
Okay,
is.
great.
Let's go through
Good,
them.
good, okay, all right.
Let's-
But they should even have signs up in the town hall here, so when you go to
Absolutely.
pay your
Yes.
sewer
So
tax.
maybe we can help them.
We can
Yes.
do a
With
PR
that.
for Wreaths Across
Or have
America.
them
We have a
Exactly.
blurb at the bottom saying, we're a little short on wreaths, if anybody can donate
Yes.
5 or 10 of them.
No,
I'll be optimistic.
Even I
Please
wonder at the
contact.
grocery
I'll
stores,
give them
you
your
know how they
number.
have that
We
roundup?
used to
Yes.
do
That's
You
that.
know, roundup
Yeah.
can't, like one
That's
month,
true.
November be
Yeah,
wreaths,
When do they usually set the wreaths up?
It's December
December
16th, I
Usually
think.
the second
It's set,
Saturday.
it
Second
says it on the
Saturday?
website at noon.
and it's a great experience for kids
Mm-hmm.
and their parents.
Yeah, because the kids
Place
loved it when they
all
did
these
the
wreaths.
flags.
Yep,
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, and the flags, when you get to some of those old sections, the history, this,
yes, yep.
As I was going through doing the flags, I could see all these people that I knew through my father that we all hung out with together and all this stuff, and it was like, oh my God, all these people.
Here
the
they
dates
are.
that go back.
So who, does the Beautification Commission do the flags? Is that the way that works?
Which flag? The flag, we're talking the
That are-
flags in the
that are going-
cemetery.
Who puts the flags on the graves in the cemetery?
The
Boy
scouts.
I don't know.
The
Boy
scouts, I'm telling you, the
Oh, they
scouts
do?
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we help, because I was there
And
for
then
that, yeah.
the
The Boy
wreaths,
Scouts
the
and the
wreath-
Girl Scouts, but
the
they're all
Boy
together
Scouts,
now?
the Scouts,
Okay,
Scouts USA,
all right.
who allows boys and girls, or any kid that wants to do it can participate. They're the ones who put the flags out, and then it's the Girl Scouts who pick them up in June.
Okay.
Kind of right when school gets out. That's after Memorial Day. Veterans Day, the state comes, they put all the flags out in the veterans section, and then they come and they take them all away. We don't do that. Then Wreaths Across America, that's a whole thing where they need volunteers again to
Right.
come, and the scouts usually help. The football team helps. We get a lot of people to help with
A
that.
whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
So if
you'll
I send
talk
the,
to
so if I
Karen
send
and
I
see
will.
where we're at
PRs
with
out
that.
for
I
that,
will. I will talk to her.
if I do a PR for wreaths, I'll do it like
Why don't you
towards the
talk,
end of
would you
November.
talk to Karen and see?
She should,
Connect
absolutely.
with her and see what they're up to with that, see what they're thinking
Sure.
about doing? Because maybe we
Yeah, I
can,
think I've got her phone number on here somewhere.
okay. If not, I have it, if you need it.
I don't have her phone number on here.
So then for new business, new slash old, the 250th anniversary celebration is coming up for.
Semi-sensuous, it's quite a handle for 250
Of the
years.
United States of America, hooray! It's coming up.
250 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing, right? So there is a group that is working on this already. They've started talking about it, and they're meeting at the Mather Homestead approximately once a month. They've told me, I told Terry, we're working on getting it covered, and I guess, Terry, you met with a wonderful person who is willing to
Yes, she
help
is
us with
willing
that
to
as
do
well.
it, be a
That's so
liaison
cool.
for it, Jennifer Croswell. And she's a deep patriot, she's got 3 young kids, and she's got CROSWELL.
I'm sorry, CROS,
S, 1S,
1S,
WELL,
Awesome.
first name Jennifer.
for St. Jennifer?
No, first name
Her
is
first
Jennifer.
name.
Oh, I was going to say, gee.
That's right. Didn't know
And
that.
she's
Thank you.
tremendously energetic, and she just has a great group of friends and just gets stuff done. And she
Excellent.
was excited immediately. 'Cause She
Nice.
likes Heather Raker a lot and works well with Heather. Heather is spearheading it, I guess.
So will she come
Not, I
to one of
guess.
our meetings? It says volunteer to attend meeting once a month. Is that
Yes,
for us?
so
or
That's,
is that for-
this is the 250th,
That's a whole
committee
separate-
that's meeting.
Right, it's the
at the
historic
Mather Center.
director, Darien Museum's involved, Heather Raker, the executive director of the Mather Center, is spearheading it. Wendell Livingston of the Rowayton Historic Society, I guess they don't call it society anymore, but historic organization, Norwalk, so it's Norwalk and Darien
Oh, that's so cool.
coordinating together on this piece. And it's going to be a statewide, there will be information coming out from how the state will participate. And they've planned all sorts of tentative activities for it, and Jennifer immediately said yes, she was very excited to do it.
What day are they doing this on, do you know?
Well, it'll be, I'm sure I don't know it's, general ideas have been sketched out, but because it's still 2 years away.
Oh,
I
it's 2
think-
years away, so
Yeah,
we're still in the
right.
planning
Didn't
stages.
they, for the 200, it was like a whole week?
Yes, so it'll be
Of-
that, thank you.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
if I
it'll be-
remember. Was that, how
Right,
many
it
years
was,
ago?
yeah. It wasn't that long ago, but it was.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so if she doesn't mind keeping us in the loop, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
It's got a lot of follow-up too, so I was thrilled she was willing to do it.
Yeah, well, that's exciting.
Great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, do we have any other new business?
No, we could probably run down to Park and Rec after the meeting and find out.
Yeah, yep. Knock on their door and say,
Mhm.
can we see your sound system?
That sounds obscene almost.
Just as it was coming out, I'm like, wait a second, make sure you say this.
Be politically
clean
correct,
way.
yes.
All right, cool. Do anyone have a motion to
Adjourn,
adjourn?
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, excellent. All right, well, thanks, JP.